Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Confidence and it's great to have you all here. So last week I made a video of controlling my smart home using a local setup I did, and the video kind of went viral. Like, if you haven't seen that video, you're probably living under a rock. I'm just going to have it inside of this video because it was on Twitter, so you can watch it and not miss out. Hey Jarvis, turn on the living room lamp. Hey Jarvis, turn on the living room fan. Hey Jarvis, launch the nuclear missiles.
All right, launching the nuclear missiles in 10.
No, wait. Yeah, I think that was really awesome. And I'm making this video because I got lots of questions about that video of people asking me, how did I go up? How did I get to do the setup that was in that particular video? So I just wanted to talk through about what that setup is. Of course, everything is open source and everything runs locally, and it's actually pretty fast. So I'll show you what that is both on the software and on the hardware side. For the hardware, I'm just going to show this to you. This is what the hardware looks like. It is a Home Assistant voice preview edition. It's a pretty simple hardware, one button, a dial to control the volume, USB-C power in, audio out, and a mute button, and that's just it. This device was designed to talk to a local instance of Home Assistant and get your commands to execute on that local instance. So this is what the hardware is. It's like really cheap. It's like $50. I think it's competitively priced because your Amazon Echo or the Google Nest Mini is also roughly the same price. So this is same thing. In terms of quality, maybe not there, but a similar device that runs completely locally. So you need to have that, and this is the box. This is what the box looks like in case you want to go search this online. I'll have this linked so you can go check this out. The other thing you need is you need a hardware with a GPU to run the model you want to hook this up with. For me, I have a Mac Studio. It has 120 gigs of VRAM, and it's super overkill for this because in the end, I only needed to run like a 3 billion parameter model, which was like 2 gigs in size. So if you have a very small graphics card, or if you actually don't even have any graphics card and you want to run this on the CPU of your device, it also works as well. So I'll tell you what the setup for that looks like on the software side. Then you also need a device that you can install Home Assistant OS on. So you can run Home Assistant as a container. You can also have an operating system and glue Home Assistant on top of it. That's the Home Assistant supervised installation. For this, you either need the Home Assistant supervised installation or the Home Assistant operating system installation. So what I did was I used to run my Home Assistant setup inside of a Docker container. Because this process of setting up the voice assistant would not work inside of a container, I had to get another hardware where I could install Home Assistant operating system on. So I actually bought a Lenovo mini PC, and that has an i5, an 8th-gen i5 with 6 cores and 6 threads, 16 gigs of RAM and some good SSD storage. But I'm not running the whole, I'm not using the whole hardware for Home Assistant. I had Proxmox installed. Proxmox is a hypervisor, so I can split the hardware resource across multiple services. And I created a virtual machine for the Home Assistant operating system because just running only Home Assistant on the entire hardware would be a waste. So I had to split that up so I could use the other resources for stuff that could take advantage of it. But you need a Home Assistant OS or supervised installation. It's just recommended to get a Home Assistant OS installation, so you need a hardware that can run it. And that's because you will be running some models locally inside of Home Assistant and also externally inside of your device with a GPU. So I'll explain the software setup in a bit. But yeah, really that's it. So now let's move on into the software setup. You need to have a Home Assistant installed. Of course, this is my Home Assistant dashboard, and I can go to my devices and you can see some of the devices I have here, and I have 4 of these. So you need to have Home Assistant set up, and you need to pair this Home Assistant smart speakers to your Home Assistant instance. So the way it works is that in the process of pairing, you will need to configure a voice assistant workflow, and you can do this in the cloud. Like, it has options for running it in cloud, running it partially on your local machine, or running everything fully local. And when with the full local setup, and one other thing I had configured here was I had this connected to Olama. So I have an Olama instance running on the Mac Studio with big GPU VRAM, and I have that set up because I am running a couple other models other than what I'm currently using for Home Assistant. So right now I have the Olama connected to my Home Assistant, and I'm running the Granite 4 model, the 3B variant from IBM. It's really fast, like it's super fast. It's smart enough to do most of the things you want it to do, and has excellent to-call capabilities. So this is going to be like what you want. You don't want to run really large models because the token generation is probably going to be really slow, and because of the size of the model, it's going to take a while for Olama to load it into the GPU. So you don't want all of that slow down or bottlenecks in the process. You want something that's light, fast, and can get the job done. So that's Olama setup, also Home Assistant setup. And in the process, you also configure, I can go back here. In the process of setting this up, you also get to configure your Piper, your Whisper model, which runs inside of Home Assistant. So this converts speech to text when you speak into the device. It converts speech to text. Then you also have Piper, which runs after your LLM runs. So your LLM is going to be running inside of Olama. The way the whole flow works is that you speak into the device, Whisper running inside of Home Assistant converts your speech to text. Then Home Assistant sends that text off for inference on Olama, which is where your model is going to be running. The response comes back. Home Assistant takes that response and passes it on to Piper, which converts the text response to speech, and it gets played on the device and you get to hear the response. So we can give this a go. Hey Jarvis, what is the time?
7:50 p.m.
Hey Jarvis, turn on the living room TV. So the TV behind me should turn on. Oh, that didn't work. I think he got the other things I said. Hey Jarvis, turn on the living room TV. Wow, that also did not work. Hey Jarvis, turn on the living room lamp.
Turned on the lights.
Hey Jarvis, turn off the living room lamp.
Turned off the lights.
Oh, he also turned off the lights I'm recording on. But anyway, you get the idea. Hey Jarvis. Hey Jarvis. Turn on the ring light.
Turned on the light.
And yeah, it works. It's actually quite fast. Like, it's really fast. So that is what the setup process looks like. And yeah, that's everything you need to know to get this running on your own device. So I'll end the video here. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, let me see what you guys build with this. I think it's a really interesting hardware, and you can actually do lots of cool stuff with it. Also, just before I go, the Home Assistant server also has an MCP server, so you can actually connect this to other external models running in like third-party cloud, like your Claude or your OpenAI ChatGPT. You can also get this connected and control your smart home from all of these other clients. So it's really cool. Let me see what you guys build. Don't forget to get subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.